Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Scorpio. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with regards to the week starting February 15th, 2021. And yes, I've gone back to doing weekly horoscopes. I liked the bi-weeklies, for the record, but I couldn't help but notice that in addition to being punished by the YouTube algorithm, that feedback was kind of interesting. Like, I put up some polls recently and I noticed it was kind of 50-50 across the board in most cases. And while the comments were overwhelmingly positive, that 50-50 just made me go, okay, someone's not saying something. And then I talked to a friend of mine and he made some really salient points about information overload. And I pay attention to that, right? And I was like, no, that is some good constructive feedback. Thank you. And so I decided to kind of bring it on back to the weeklies. And so that's what we're doing for now. Though interestingly enough, the astrology we're talking about in this video goes on for more than a week. So I guess as we step into this, the astrology is going to be bi-weekly for now. And the cards themselves are talking about the week of the 15th. Now, the astrology we're talking about is this new moon that's occurring in Aquarius, February 11th, but it actually impacts all the way through the 25th/26th, depending on where you live in the world. And this is going to be in your 4th house of home and family, your domicile, also relatives. But when we talk about the 4th house, we're talking about either your family, the family that you have, like you, your partner, your kids, or your blood relatives. And this new moon is forming a square to Mars, which is actually going through your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one relationships, closest one-on-one connections. And so what we have is this huge buildup of tension around the greater good and the opportunity to choose a side of the greater good. And when I say the greater good and choose a side, I'm not really talking about duality here. It's really more about, that divine triality, highest interest of all concerned, not in the highest interest of all concerned, or completely unapplicable to the situation at all. And so you're going to be facing a lot of this with regards to home and partnership matters this next 2 weeks. Now, I'm seeing a promising development actually showing up here, though. This is actually a beautiful new beginning, a new chapter opening up when it comes to a home or family matter that is going to require you, however, to take a leap of faith and actually secure it by accepting the difficult task of possibly negating or even shutting down pre-existing conditions or pre-existing commitments that are antithetical to said greater good. Okay? Stay strong when or if others choose to kind of stay blind to the higher, the higher potential here, or if people can't really see the greater good in this situation. Try and focus on what you can do to integrate this new chapter, this breakthrough for yourself. But the square that it's making to Mars, we're going to want to make sure, of course, that we're honoring our boundaries, leaving the old situation, and honoring our boundaries going into the new situation as well. Because this is meant to be a step up, not a lateral move for you and your home base. And this whole last month has been about Scorpio people getting into the perfect arrangement when it comes to what they do with home base, what they set up with home base, what they call home base. And even your cards for the week, especially with your spiritual theme being the Two of Pentacles in reverse, speak to, knowing when to drop something that we may be kind of setting down too slowly. Because with the Two of Pentacles reversed, what's going on is that something is actually maybe moving at such a slow pace that it's actually more difficult, more costly, and more painful than it would be if it were over more quickly for all involved. Now, this is happening in the spiritual advice area. So it's important to understand that this also goes all over the place, right? This is affecting your whole week and all areas of your life all week. So we also have to pay attention to where we are in a situation where we are doing a lot of swapping out, right? Two of Pentacles reversed, we are setting something down to give something else our full and concentrated, undivided attention. And so if there's something that you are maybe dragging out or is dragging out, maybe you're not dragging it out, but it's getting dragged out, it's actually maybe doing more harm than good. So how do we expedite that shift? How do we move it along in a way that is actually, funny enough, more quick and painless? As we get onto your material shifts, your work, your job, your finances, again, your living situation, but also anything related to your personal abundance, we actually have the World card upright. And it does look like this is going to be an incredibly successful week for you, Scorpio people, especially when it comes to a lot of you getting a chance to move on up a tier or two when it comes to either your earning power, your position, your status, as well as even maybe a new job that is a cut above what you've been doing thus far. And what I like about the World card upright is that this is a no going back, level up kind of energy. This is a huge boon for the lot of you. And what I like about this in conjunction with the Two of Pentacles reversed, it may actually help you make some of those tougher decisions. The World card is also indicating that not only is there a huge transition where we are kind of moving on to bigger and brighter things, but there is a heightened level of material security and comfort around you being promised, whether it's coming in a direct way, such as a salary or whatever, or this is coming in a way that is maybe set aside that you can claim whenever. This is going to be brought forward for you. And again, with the World card upright, I'm seeing an upgrade over your, typical conditions. As we get on to your friendships, social networking, as well as your community, your communications area, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the Fool in reverse. And I'm actually seeing a lot of you Scorpio people stepping it up and actually kind of almost taking on somebody that you really believe in something that they're creating. You really believe in something they're doing, whether it's, like a friend you're maybe helping out when it comes to their spiritual growth. Say a friend's going through like a spiritual awakening process and you're like, oh my God, we can finally talk about this. Let me tell you. Or a family member is finally, stepping into a space where they're becoming more awake, attuned, and aware. Or maybe this is something where you are seeing somebody with a lot of potential, but not necessarily polished opportunity that you want to get in on or you want to help nurture and grow. You get to step into that, because what I'm seeing with the Fool card reversed is that you're watching somebody that you care about. Again, a friend, a relative, but you are also seeing that they're sort of doing their thing in a very unrefined or maybe haphazard kind of way, and they could be doing better. And you're going to be assisting them with that this week. And when you do, you're actually going to find that it really is very affirming as to what you feel like your role is, not just in your friendship circle or in your family, but again, how you're actually doing your work for the world, how you're making your mark on the world. As we get on to your challenge this week, you've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Opening up and letting go of safety blankets, wherever they are. With the Four of Pentacles reversed, I am seeing a lot of you taking off masks. You know, Batman taking off his mask, revealing his identity to people. You know, there's something going on with the Four of Pentacles reversed that is not only making that necessary, but also kind of bridging a gap or establishing a beautiful rapport. Make sure that you're reading the room. Don't just crash in and freak people out, right? You know, grace and diplomacy. I've heard it works. People on this channel know I'm not very good at this, so you got to do better than me, Scorpio. But the Four of Pentacles reversed is indicating that we are kind of letting something hang out that needs to hang out. And I'm also seeing that the safety blanket, whatever is there, whether this is material security, social security, whatever, this is something that you're going to be doing in your personal life. I don't think it's something that's necessarily going to be like shouting from the rooftops, but a policy of open door and open, honest communication is crucial, because I think that you're wrapping up so much. The exit interviews are also going to have to be the same way. As we get on to your love life with romance and relationships, you've got the Nine of Cups upright. And it does look like you are going to be finding that something that you have been trying to either achieve with a partner or maybe somebody new is actually going to be accepted. With the Nine of Cups, for those of you who are single, those of you who are available to somebody new, with the Nine of Cups, I'm actually seeing a lot of you getting a chance to actually approach and be welcomed by somebody that you have been either eyeing, chatting up, flirting with, hiding from, whatever. You are getting a chance to actually break the ice. And the interesting thing is with the Nine of Cups is that there is an inclination as well on the part of the other to lean in to this experience. So it's going to be an interesting opportunity in bravery for you to kind of pull yourself closer and pull them closer. Of course, read the room, see where everyone's at, but it's very encouraged. When it comes to those of you who are currently in established relationships, the Nine of Cups upright is indicating a partner is going out of their way to actually grant a wish for you. Now, with the Nine of Cups, this could be a wish that you didn't expect them to go out and do. Maybe it was something you didn't think they cared about. It wasn't something that they knew about you, or it was maybe just something that you didn't think was a part of their purview. A pleasant surprise nonetheless. So that is what I've got for you Scorpio people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because you know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.